In this video, we're going to demonstrate how multiple charts can be bound to the same data series and how refreshing the data series will refresh all of the charts that are bound to it. So if we go here to working preview, we see that our dialog has 3 different charts on it. And while this is a somewhat contrived example, it does demonstrate the point quite well. So all of these 3 charts are bound to the same data series, and when I do an AJAX callback here to refresh the data series that the charts are based on, by refreshing the data series I automatically cause all of the charts to refresh as well. So you can see here when I click this button, I'm going to go and add a new random value to my data series. So now my pie has an additional slice, my bar has an additional slice, and my line chart has an additional data point. Then I click this button again, and now I get a second random slice to my pie, an additional bar here, an additional data point over there. So let's go ahead now and see how this was done. So if you look here, you can see that we have 3 different charts, and when I look at this chart over here, I can see that this chart is based on series1.sales, and that the second chart is also using series1.sales, and that the third chart is also using series1.sales. So now let's go and take a look at the button, and if you go look at the button, we can see that we're just calling a method now of the dialog object called refresh data series, and we're going to be refreshing series 1. So when we refresh series 1, we do an AJAX callback, and then on the server Alpha 5 determines all of the charts that are dependent on series 1, and then generates the code to automatically refresh all of the dependent charts. So then finally, if we go and actually look at the definition of series 1 over here, we can see that series 1 is a custom series, so it uses an XBasic function called series data to actually return the data, and then it returns 2 subseries, sales and regions. So if I go now and actually look at my XBasic function, I can see here that what I'm doing is first of all storing the current series in the dialog's state object. So the first time the dialog is rendered, there will be nothing in state information. So we're just going to basically send back the series data. So this is on the initial display. This XBasic function is going to return this list of values, but then it's going to actually store this list inside the dialog's state object. So then when I click the refresh button, this value will be defined, and so I'll be going down this data path over here. So I'll be taking whatever has been stored in the state information and then adding in some random value over there. So let's go ahead now and put in a debug 1 and then debug through that. So when I go there the first time, we can see that we're going to step into this first block because e.state .series data is not defined, and now we can go ahead there and then run that, and there's our chart, our 3 charts based on that data. Then I press this button now to do an AJAX callback, and now e.state series data is defined because all state information is passed back and forth on all AJAX callbacks, and so you can see now I'm taking whatever is inside series data and then adding a random piece of data onto it to get the next slice of the pie or the next bar chart, etc. So the point here is that by refreshing a data series, all of the charts that are bound to that data series are going to automatically refresh. Thank you very much for watching.